All right, welcome back to this week's edition of the Tech Corner. I'm Senior Markets Contributor here, George Tsilis with the Schwab Network. Thanks for joining us once again. Today on the Tech Corner, we're going to be covering global semiconductor company Micron Technologies. Now, Micron Technologies is a global leader in semiconductor memory and storage solutions. The company designs, develops, and manufactures and sells a broad range of high-performance memory and storage products, including dynamic random access memory chips, DRAM chips, NAND flash memory, as well as HBM memory, which is also known as high bandwidth memory. Now, these products serve various markets such as data centers, PC graphics, networking, automotive, industrial, and consumer electronics. The company operates under four main business units. First is its computing and networking division, which includes memory sold into computing, networking, graphics, and cloud server markets. One other segment is storage, which includes memory storage sold in enterprise client, cloud, and removable storage markets. The mobile segment includes memory products sold into smartphone, tablets, and other mobile device markets. And lastly, its embedded segment. This includes memory sold in automotive and industrial, as well as connected home and consumer electronic markets. Foremost, Micron is well known for its innovative technologies, such as 3D stacked DRAM architecture and advanced NAND products, which support AI and data-intensive applications. Now, from a competitive landscape, Micron faces competition from several key players. Globally includes major South Korean manufacturers of DRAM and NAND flash memory. That includes SK Hynix and Samsung Electronics. From a U.S. standpoint, Western Digital and Seagate, these are two U.S.-based companies that compete in the memory, storage, and unified software markets. Now, Micron's unique value proposition lies in its leadership in high bandwidth memory technology and its strategic investments in U.S.-based manufacturing facilities. The company's focus on advanced DRAM and NAND technologies provides a competitive edge in terms of performance, power, and efficiency, as well as cost effectiveness. Now, Micron's strong presence in the AI-driven data center markets, coupled with its robust portfolio of high-capacity, low-power server DRAM markets, positions itself well to capitalize on growing demand for high-performance memory solutions. Now, in most recent news for Micron, going back to the 25th of June, the company reported its Q3 fiscal sales and earnings. They reported an adjusted EPS of $1.91, besting the estimates by 30 cents, while at the same time revenue grew to $9.3 billion, higher by close to 37% year over year, beating the estimates by nearly $500 million. From an operational standpoint, operating cash flow grew to $4.6 billion versus $3.94 billion relative to the prior quarter. So sequentially, this is significant growth. Some other highlights to mention, the company did report data center demand is soaring, leading to an annual 97% increase in growth in their computing and networking revenue markets. DRAM revenue also increased to an all-time high in fiscal Q3, increasing 50% sequentially year over year, particularly in high bandwidth memory. Other news in the last year includes in 2024, Micron received about $6.1 billion in grants under the CHIPS and Science Act. Recently in mid-June, alongside support from the Trump administration, Micron announced plans to invest over $200 billion in the United States, including $150 billion in manufacturing and $50 billion in R&D over the next 20 years. Now, when it comes down to Micron, there are many positive attributes to consider as a company and technology. Micron's data center segment is thriving, driven by AI demand, record DRAM revenues, and promising partnerships reflected in its strong Q3 financials and its bright Q4 outlook. The company remains attractively valued despite a recent rally, supported by its robust data center prospects and healthier balance sheet. Both sales growth and profitability trends are above its historical 5-year averages, indicating efficient profit generation. For instance, if you look at the estimated forward revenue of 58%, that's nearly 6 times higher than its 5-year average around 10% growth. Gross margins alongside net income margins are both about 1,100 basis points higher than the respective 5-year averages. Now, despite these positives, there are also some concerns we have to consider with Micron. First off, Micron's cyclicality could pose risks as its valuation may not fully account for potential downturns, with AI upside potentially tempering over the next 2 fiscal years. Risks also include lower than expected sales of computers and consumer electronic products, faster than expected capacity expansion in the memory markets, less than anticipated costs, as well as potential headwinds from global economic uncertainties. Micron also faces risks due to potential executional challenges in its $200 billion U.S. production plan. The current technical condition for Micron is strong, and the chart pattern suggests that upward momentum may continue. Year to date, the stock is up 45% and has outperformed the market both in the last 30 and 60 trading days when compared to the S&P 500. The stock is trading above its rising 50-day moving average. This validates the strong technical condition for Micron. The stock is also above its 200-day moving average, which is pointing up, indicating that the intermediate-term trend is bullish. From a near-term perspective, the stock has retraced from recent highs in late June and has found support at the rising 20-day moving average. The moving average convergence divergence line is also confirming that the intermediate term trend is bullish. Despite Micron's chart formation indicating a strong and rising trend, upside momentum as measured by the RSI indicator is positive, but beginning to slow. Now, in summary, when looking at Micron, secular prospects in the data centers remains bright, led by higher cloud spending and mass production of Micron's high bandwidth memory offerings. The AI-driven demand surge from data centers has helped reverse a long negative trend in DRAM prices. Micron's leadership in high bandwidth memory technology and strategic partners position it for explosive growth in the AI infrastructure boom. With increasing exposure to higher value offerings such as high bandwidth memory and recovery signs of traditional cyclical DRAM markets, Micron is poised to benefit from continued demand and evolving trends in high performance computing. Now that's all for this week's edition of the Tech Corner. I'm George Tsilis, Senior Markets Contributor here with the Schwab Network. Please like and subscribe to the Schwab Network. We'll see you again next week.